First, I'd like to say I was extremely impressed all week, sitting there watching Seton Hall, their tapes, their execution, the way that they've played this early part of the season, and the way they've executed. And tonight they came in here and they didn't disappoint. They did the same thing. And at the same time, really pleased with our guys, that the effort that they played with for 40 minutes of basketball, although in the first half wasn't a great half for us. Second half, being down, but I thought they continued to fight, continued to stay the course, and some great things happened for us at the end, and I thought it was a great, gutsy win with their basketball team here tonight.
The guys said that they have not practiced that full court press in quite some time, and they were a little bit surprised when you went to it. What was your thought process there, and how surprised were you at how effective it was?
Well, I thought in the half-court setting, thought Seton Hall did an excellent job running their half-court offense, and they were patient. They were getting looks that they wanted, and they were shooting a really high percentage, and it was tough for us to turn them over. I thought if we extended our press and tried to pressure them up the floor, and forced them to try to play a little bit faster and speed them up a little bit, the game may kind of turn and get in their favor, and especially if we could get some turnovers and some easy scoring opportunities. And I think both happened. We were able to get turnovers. We were able to turn the turnovers into some easy scoring opportunities. And on the other end of the floor, I thought that they start rushing their shots when they were open a little bit, when they were able to get looks and were able to rebound those and turn those into fast break opportunities as well. I thought it created some energy not only in our team, but I thought our fans really were able to get engaged and got in the game as well. And I thought that really spurred us on.
What do you think in a game like this, winning in this fashion, coming from behind like that and winning so early in the season, a new coach, new team, what do you think that does as far as setting up your program?
I think it's a confidence builder, really, for our guys. It's really great for me because it's something that I can really point to, regardless of what night it is. We can look back at this night and the opportunities that we had, the position that we were in, and what happened. The big thing I always ask our guys prior to the game, we've got to play for 40 minutes, however long it takes. And they're able to do that. They never drew a drop in their head tonight. They never seemed as though they're frustrated. They stayed together, stayed engaged, and some good things happened for us.
Guys, extending that press, is that a card that's maybe hard to play for you as a coach, since you don't want to get away from who you are and what you've done already this season?
Well, that's really part of our game plan. We were trying to get more into it. One of the reasons we hadn't been in it as much is because of the lack of depth that we have on the team. We like to extend our defense up the floor. I think it creates havoc for people where we can turn folks over who want to be in the open floor, and we're able to do that tonight. We really didn't have a choice tonight, and it's the first time we've really been in that position all year long that we needed to go to it, and so we're able to show it tonight, and that's something that we have to make sure that we have in our arsenal to be able to pull out, and we're able to do it tonight. And other times we would just do that, and hopefully tonight I was able to see that our depth wasn't a problem. I thought our guys came in off the bench, gave some guys some rest, and the guys were able to get back in there and really continue to play hard.
Johnny, as physical as it was tonight, how does that help you guys moving forward as you get closer to SEC?
Well, it's great for me because we talked about another BCS school team from Power Conference, and you talk about the Big East. Seton Hall team won 21 games last year. I think it's a great indicator this early part of the season. We're sitting there 4-0. We've played some, I think, tough competition, although they may not be BCS schools. I thought it prepared us for tonight. I was really looking forward to this game tonight because it was going to be a really good indicator this early part of the season, how our guys, how much they've improved along this journey. We obviously know that we've got a lot of work to do, but I think that they understood going into this game it was going to be physical, it was going to be tough. They had great post players, really strong perimeter players, and we just had to make sure that we matched up well with them.
Coach, you held their lead and scored only 7 points. You limited the damage inside. Who, in your mind, stepped up on the defensive end to help limit so much damage on the inside and on the perimeter?
Well, the problem we had at halftime, we had a guy averaging about 4 points a game. I think maybe had about 15 or 16, and that was one of the focal points going into the game. We had to make sure that we tried to contain their leading scores, and we had to make sure that someone didn't come up and have their career nights on us. And unfortunately, about halftime, one of their guys were scoring big. We were able to tighten up as a unit tonight there in the second half, and I thought as a group we played better. I thought around the 16-minute mark is when they were able to get in the press. I thought that really took away their post players because now they had to extend the floor, had their guards to extend out there on the floor, so they weren't able to get in their comfort zone and run their offense in half court.
I don't think it was Andre's best night. He turned it over a couple times and missed some shots, but he had 4 late free throws and he stepped up there and knocked them down. What does that say about him?
Veteran basketball player. He's a junior. We know that Andre, and I told him before the game, you know, a lot of people look at him, and I told our program, they look at your program like that, and people judge Andre. I told them they look and put the measuring tape from his head to his feet, and they don't put it around his heart. That's how he plays. He's got a big heart. He's a tough player. He's 1 for 5 there at the break. We told him anytime we get a good look, we want him to continue to shoot the ball. We know what he's capable of. We know what his percentages are, and he was able to do that tonight. He's a fighter, and he's a little warrior, and I thought he stepped up and played big for us and stepped up to the line and knocked him down when he needed him.
As a team coach, you guys haven't been a good free throw shooting team, you know, since the start of the season, but in the 2 games that were decided, you know, late, Northwestern, and then here tonight, Andre was one of those guys. Can you just talk about maybe the team's ability to step up there and make them when they count?
Well, the good thing is I never really harp on it when we weren't shooting them as well and knocking them down, because I know we have some very capable shooters. The last thing I wanted to do was get into their psyche and have them worrying too much about it. We just had to continue stepping up the line, shooting them, and I knew that some night we would knock them down, guys would see them going in, they would become confident, and I thought late in the game when either Kamusha, one of them, stepped up and knocked down their 2 free throws and other guys were being fouled, we became more of a confident basketball team, and they just like we were missing them, they were going in tonight, and guys are very capable, and I thought they were comfortable, and there were some pressure shots when they stepped up, and I think really pretty much hit on that.